part 3 of Winded Voyage Best Of in Cape Verde. And it's a special episode because it highlights the best of people that I've met here. And that includes Peter, who will be going off on his own voyage across the Atlantic. A couple of days later, it was finally time to go. Peter and Ayrton filled the gas and water tanks.
Hot as hell today. I mean, we're dreaming about a fresh breeze out of Canada.
Ciao, guys.
We're gonna miss you.
Yeah, me too. Miss you too, man. They'll be sailing west to Nova Scotia, literally sailing off into the sunset. My friend Peter will be back. Until then, I can always count on my friend Peixe and his sister Jussara, whom we went out to have a good sail with. It was still rough, and Jussara got her first sailor's baptism. One moment or another, a whale will slap you in the face. And if you take it with a smile, you passed an important sea trial. Jessica took cover. And Jussara did just fine. Welcome to the ocean, baby. My lines on my lazy bag broke due to a bad maneuver. Actually, it was a bad jibe. So we had to anchor for the night so we could fix it, the next morning. I hoisted him on the mast with drill, rivets, and a rivet gun. He actually loves to go up on top of the mast. And we trust each other, so we make a good team. He was done in a few minutes. For now, all was good to go. Back in the city, one of Peische's friends invited us to his birthday party up on the hill. This is the birthday boy, Elvin, a proud yet humble happy man, and his lovely wife.
Dia de casa e piquenique, mas coração bem grande. Teve tudo gente, tudo povo. Nós tudo está aqui dentro.
The party went on into the evening. And then the strangest thing happened, a citywide blackout. The blackout didn't last long, and soon enough, I was back out to sea with some other friends to check out some more things on Galopin.
Forget that we are in Cape Verde, and wherever you go, there's always just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ladies, man.
That's Claudia and Doris, they're sisters.
Hey guys!
And Claudia is Gilson's wife. Gilson had changed my cutlass bearing underwater while at anchor, and once done, we did not have a chance to go out and test the boat properly. He's listening and feeling for anything that's not right. And it's quite the contrary. He's liking how Galopin handles. And while motoring, everything felt smooth and quiet. And then there are the Vikings, Lucas and David. We shall not forget them, and they won't forget their experience here either.
So what happened, Lucas?
Okay. What happened, Alex? This is the boat, and the fucking train takes us here, and the waves are pushing us. So when they push us in, we are like millimeters from the rock. So the damage in the front was... The boat is in, and we're happy, and everything is good, but it was...
But did they do a good job in the end?
Ben Forador did a fucking good job. I would say next year or 2 years from now, either we go to Tenerife to put the boat up, or talk with Ben Forador to get the boat up in Enapor.
Yeah.
But we're here, we're safe, and we're drunk, and we're happy, and chin chin. It's good.
My friend Wendy's birthday was coming up, so she asked some friends for help, like me and Andrea here.
Oi, tu trete!
Yeah, this is...
Venha bebê, lá.
Espera, vamos falar em inglês um momento. This is Andrea, this is Wendy's best friend, and she's preparing a lot of things, a lot of really good things for Wendy's birthday. And she has the coolest laugh.
Oi! Beijo, Alex, vem a sala. Nós gruguinha, pela mais louca.
É bom que fazer croquetas.
Ele que fazia me enrolar. Fazer uma festa, legal, te convidando para cozinhar. Ok?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Fazer pouco de tudo. Minha organizadora. Aí que você gostava de estar falando em YouTube.
Then with the help of more friends, local friends, we got to celebrate here. The guys at Docas allowed us to hold a party here. Wendy invited all her friends, including her mom here in stripes and her sister in white. And there's most of our cast of characters joining her.
Ando con chicas nivel bien fifi. El pobre de Drake el coge kiki. Teniendo altos con mi chica Riri. Pregunto si sigo, me dicen sí, sí. Y me dicen sí, sí.
Then, here is one of my favorite Frenchmen of all time, Paul Lou, and his crew, Ravi and Fabi.
This is Paul Lou, a Frenchman from Haute-Savoie, very close to Switzerland.
Ça va, vitesse moteur numéro 1, Mindelo, on est le 28 août 2020. Libitonic, all the time, all the one. Voilà, affûté, toujours monté fin.
Paul Lou is a well-known character in these parts, a passionate fisherman.
Sir, can you help me? It's cold.
Normally, he's booked all season with sports fishermen.
Just another day for you. Wake up from a dream, couldn't go back to sleep. Sit up and agree a situation.
We went around the bay looking for fish. They had a few bites, but no luck today. That's okay. It was just great to be out.
A few days later, me and Wendy escaped the concrete jungle for the calm and peace of the country.
It was a grand but an unusual day in the Santa Antao Canal. Why?
Well, this is the calmest you'll probably see the Santa Antao Canal. It's very rare, but we've had we're in between two storms, and it's just really calm.
That was about the end of peace and calm here. Firecrackers hit the street named Lily and Marizia.
But anyways, it was time for a celebratory drink. Local grog, distilled from sugarcane grown in the valley here.
Wendy could only stay the weekend, and as well, there was a tropical depression that was coming upon us, and I wanted to get back before nightfall.
After about 4 hours of motoring upstream, it was time to hoist the sails for the crossing. 3 reefs and we're off. There was about 20 knots of wind on the beam. Galopin was doing great at about 6 knots speed. But I was anticipating more wind and rain, perhaps a squall. It started raining but was intermittent.
los recuerdos me matarán antes que los tragos hagan su trabajo. Sentirme en las nubes estando bien bajo, no afrontando nada y buscando atajos. Es que el bar es mi mejor amigo y la misma vez mi enemigo, pero solo sé que sigo. Dime qué vamos a hacer si cuando tomo todo lo malo se va. Y al amanecer ya me doy cuenta que no se olvida nada. Dime qué vamos a hacer si cuando tomo todo lo malo se va. Y al amanecer ya me doy cuenta que...
The people of Mindelo were literally dancing in the streets. I love them, man. I love the attitude of my Mindelese friends.
There is one drawback to living here during the summer.
So here during the summer in Cape Verde is a kind of a bit of a phenomena. There's lots of flies, and it usually happens when there's not so much wind, and it's kind of a battle. So the way I've resolved this is I have screens here on this porthole and in my V-berth porthole. So those keep the flies out from there. And then I had this made in the Canaries, which is great. But then there's always a few that get in. So what's the solution to that? Well, just plain old fly paper. And this is what happens after a few days. And now I think it's about time to close the chapter on this story of being a liveaboard.
Summer is my favorite time here in Cape Verde because the winds die down, and that means you can actually go out and sail pleasantly.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is truly a spectacular day in the Canal de Saint Vicente. I don't think I've ever sailed in such perfect conditions. There's like 10 to 15 knots of wind, no waves, in great company with Jodie.
Hello.
And Sydney.
Yo man, hello Alex. Thank you for bringing me with you, man. This is realizing my dream, man.
Cita. Está malvada y quien la ve tan bonita.
Amazing. We saw dolphins. It came to play with us. It's rare that dolphins come and play with us here at Cape Verde. Man, it's so amazing today.
Tô feliz!
Eres independiente y se te ve. Yo lo sé que tienes interés. Baby, llámame. Baby, nos fugamos.
Me, Sydney, and Jodie hope to circumnavigate the island, but that's not so easy. Only if weather permits. And hey, it did.
We are in Cabo Verde, an Atlantic archipelago of 10 islands west of the African continent. And further west was the Northwest Bank, an undersea mountain where it's reputed there was a lot of fish. We had looked around but got spooked. And anyways, it was time to go. We wanted to get to our next destination before nightfall. We were about 30 nautical miles from the nearest safe spot I knew of. A tiny town called Cruzinhas, which had a protected area where I believe we could anchor. I had been there on a few occasions, but by land. And there were 3 fishing boats tied to buoys in rough weather. So I knew it was possible.
always wanted to come here with my boat. I said it could be done, and we've done it, man. It's amazing, man. Wow. Cape Verde truly became Cape Green.
Sydney knew people in all corners, childhood friends, even girlfriend. Much progress had been made on the road construction since I was last here a few months ago. And now I know how they pave these roads. Respect, gentlemen. These endless cobblestone roads crisscrossing mountains and valleys really impress me. Sydney was a little annoyed that all the people we met thought that he was our guide. He had to state on several occasions that we came by boat, and Jodie was his sweetheart.
There was something I wanted to show Sydney before we took off.
Me, I had something big in mind. I needed a jolt of excitement. The worst is the anticipation, but once you let yourself go,
Then Sydney had to show me before we took off.
Come out, come out. Come out.
Technique. She don't have technique.
It's the first time I do it, okay? Okay.
Thank you, man. You're the star, man. We had to sail the northwest side of the island. Usually it's blistering winds. It's basically unsailable. But today was different.
winds were supposed to increase the next morning. But today was one of those rare calm days in Cabo Verde. We put up the mainsail in case the Atlantic catches its breath and pushes us along. And we zigzagged up the coast to soak in the breathtaking landscape. Rounding the northeast point, we anchored by night.
We had one more leg of our journey to complete our circumnavigation. And once again,
this is some of the best sailing you can experience here in the treacherous South Atlantic Canal. Wind at our backs and the southern horizon in front of us. It is pure natural pleasure, almost orgasmic. There is just one thing missing, that is according to Sydney.
I promise you, at the end of this sailing, we will eat some fish.
Uh-huh, Sydney. You've been promising for the past 5 days.
now we're back in Tarrfal, which was blessed with the rewards of the recent rainfalls.
This is a rare occasion here. Water flowing freely down the valley. It was warmed by the sun's rays on the hot rocks.
Pero eso es que quiero más, más. Yo soy tu VIP, tu parte, porque tú a mí haces feliz. Me queda presumir, ay de ti, qué bonito verte salir. Yo soy tu VIP, papi yo tu parte.
Sydney had been fishing the whole trip, but came up short. But in the end, he came through.
So Sydney is a man of his word. He promised his fish.
You're welcome, man.
He got his fish last night while we were all kind of drunk. I went sleeping. He stayed up at night and fished from the boat and got us these 3 beautiful fish, plus one more that's in the fridge. Yeah. And food. He prepared it and cooked it. Man's a star. By the way, that's why I don't fish. There's always team to find somebody who does it for me. And much better.
Let's go to work, 'cause I'm tripping. Gotta work on myself, 'cause I'm falling apart. Please wake me up, 'cause I'm slipping. Can't fight this feeling off no more. But I'm not going to give up and fall. Rise above the door, meet all my challenges and search for my strength. I defeat them all, I'm never ever gonna hide no more. I come to love myself again, yeah. For all the things I didn't know, the pain, the hurt, I let it go. Start to believe in myself and life will be sweet again, so sweet again.